Okay, I've got my schedule set up. We're gonna work, exercise, and sleep, alternatively. I should get the opportunity to have a freebie to go to the mall and get what costume I'm going to need for the party, which hopefully I'll be invited to sometime this week. And that concludes our review for the next exam. If there are any more questions, feel free to come to my office hours. Be advised, I will not have office hours this weekend due to being at the school's Halloween festival with the math club, so don't procrastinate. The student in the front row raises his hand. Yes? What Halloween festival? Oh, of course. For freshmen who aren't familiar with our school's tradition, there will be a Halloween festival in the main parking lot. Each of the clubs is required to set up a booth there, so there will be a significant variety of activities for anyone interested. Admission is free for all students with a valid ID. A girl next to me whispers to her friend. Free admission? Count me in. If there are no more questions, class is dismissed for the day. I gather up my books and head out the door. The Halloween festival does sound like fun, and I bet Adam would like to go. Maybe I'll ask him. Nah, but we'll go to the mall and get a costume. So many costumes. Now we all know John is a classy guy, and he was a knight errant. So, we need a Renaissance dress. Period accurate if you don't count the tag on the back. Perfect. We will do it. Did it. We're all set. It's not Halloween yet. Don't get too ahead of yourself, Sean.
Hey girlie, will I be seeing you this weekend?
Where?
At the party, of course. There's going to be a big Halloween shindig for the cast and crew. It's at a fancy hotel downtown.
I didn't know that. Rachel shakes her head.
And that's why I'm telling you.
Hey! Lloyd pops up and slings one arm over each of our shoulders, pulling us towards each other. What are we talking about? Oh, is it a secret? I can keep a secret.
Just inviting Sean to the Halloween party.
Lloyd turns to me and offers up the most innocent eyes he can muster. I love those. Sparkly anime eyes. Aww, you're coming, right? Well, you're making it awfully hard to say no. That's the spirit. Lloyd chirps happily before releasing the two of us and flitting away. Oh, Lloyd, I love you. Rachel and I stare at his retreating figure.
You should come. Lloyd's been giggling to himself about this thing for the past week. Apparently he and John have some sort of medieval thing going on. I think. I wasn't paying close attention. When you find the director whispering happily to himself in the corner, it's usually best not to listen in.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, Rachel. As I pack up my makeup case, Rachel pops up beside me with a large plastic bucket in her hand. Oh, are we doing this already? Wow.
Hey Sean, want in on the pool?
The what? Rachel holds the bucket out to me. It's partially filled with various $1 bills.
An old tradition from the last show I worked on. Most of the crew is the same, so we're doing it again. Write your name on a dollar bill, drop it in. We draw a name from the bucket and the winner takes home the whole pool. We do it every Monday, just for the sheer joy of it.
Isn't that kind of like gambling?
It's not just like gambling, it totally is gambling. So you want in?
Yeah. Sure, why not? I hand Rachel $1 and she scrawls my name on it with a dull pencil. She takes the bucket out to the main floor and holds it high in the air.
Alright people, all bets are in.
She gives the bucket a small shake for show.
Drum roll please.
A few crew members stomp on the ground while others beat out a faux drum roll on their legs.
Chris, come to the front of the class and claim your prize.
Well, I guess you can't win them all.
Anyway, we play once a week. If you want to play again, just let me know.
Thank you. Good stuff, Rachel. Nice work today, kid. Will I be seeing you this weekend? For what? The Midnight Cosmetics event, here at the studio. I haven't been invited. Well, then consider this your invitation. Anyone who's done work for Midnight in the past year is invited. I guess I count then. That you do. Dale sets his camera in its case and turns to his workstation. Honestly, it'll mostly be models preening and stalking around in whatever costume they found that makes them look the best. But hey, if you're into that sort of thing, come along.
I can see why you're not in marketing.
Dale shrugs. At least you can't call me a liar.
I suppose not.
Will you be there? To my great disappointment, yes. I've been tasked with photographing everyone at the party.
Well, I'll think about it.
I made $100.
Can't really think about it though, Dale. Sorry. Letting you down again, but I will. I will come and keep you company. Next time I play through. Promise. In the meanwhile, though, I'm eagerly awaiting Halloween.
Oh, good job, Sean. Good sleep. Whew.
Well, today's Halloween. Should I go to a party? Make sure I go to the right one. Cast and crew party. It would be fun to hang out with the crew off the clock. The atmosphere is always so serious at work. I'd like to relax with them for a bit. Okay. Yes, you're so beautiful in that dress. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I thought it was gonna be this hotel. The energy in the hotel feels more excited than usual. I guess things are different when there's a big party going on. A small sign in the lobby informs me that the private party is taking place in the dining room. The hotel dining room is already filled with cast and crew members. Everyone I see is a familiar co-worker, so I have no trouble navigating through the crowd. Even with all the costumes on, it's pretty easy to tell which people are crew and which are cast. Crew members wear simple costumes, and many appear to be gags of some sort. A cameraman dressed as a hot dog is throwing back drinks with a grip? A grip dressed as a pirate. Okay. Oh, that must be a position, I guess. A grip dressed as a pirate with CDs glued to his shirt. Aha, software pirate. Very, very clever. And amusing. The actors, on the other hand, are dressed in extravagant costumes, tailor-made to fit. Most have chosen exotic or otherworldly creatures. Mermaids, vampires, and fairies. A flash of light catches my eyes. Near the buffet table, I see a full suit of armor glint under the orange lights. Looks like John came dressed as Knight. I should probably say hi to him. I mean, he's the only one who can do it properly. I weave my way through the crowd toward him, but my path is suddenly cut off by someone dressed in a tattered cloak draped in bandages. What? The figure's face is covered by a mask shaped like a skull with deep scars carved into it. A bandaged hand shoots out from underneath the stained cloak and wraps smoothly around my waist. The dark figure pulls me closer, and my heart begins beating wildly in my chest as my face draws nearer to the twisted mask. I feel my breath pick up, but this doesn't feel like a panic attack. I think I'm excited. Lloyd? A deep voice rumbles from underneath the mask. I know that pose anywhere. It's John. John didn't dress as the knight. You've been had, Sean. Guess again. My face flushes a deep red, and I feel myself trembling as I stare into the mask's eyes. Beyond the scarlet lenses, I see a familiar glint. John? Yep, I knew that pose anywhere. John lifts his mask, and even though his expression is mild, I can see a hint of mischief glow in his eyes. Hello. Good job, little wizard. You are cunning indeed. John, are you trying to kill Sean or something? Over my shoulder, I hear Lloyd snap at John in a tone that seems reserved for naughty children and misbehaving puppies. John releases me, and my legs nearly crumple beneath my weight. He's like, It just seemed appropriate. No harm done, right? He winks at me, and my pulse quickens again. My goodness, you're bold this evening, sir. Well, you did scare me a little. Or a lot. He stares at me thoughtfully, then bows his head. My apologies, little wizard. My move was meant only in jest. Ah, you dressed up as the knight. Looking good, Lloyd. Lloyd walks up to John, and for the first time I see that he's the one I saw earlier clad in knight's full regalia.
I probably should have guessed that. John wouldn't put on that armor again unless he had to, but Lloyd probably thinks dressing up this way is hilarious. Lloyd throws an arm over John's shoulder with a metallic clink. You should at least tell her what you're dressed as. You're the Mask of the Red Death. It's from that short story. Both men freeze and stare at me curiously. The one where that prince tries to escape the plague of Red Death by holding himself up in an abbey and having a costume party while all his subjects outside die? One of the partygoers wears a mask that looks like a Red Death victim, but when he's confronted about it, it's discovered there's no one underneath the mask. Everyone at the party dies from the disease in the end. Lloyd and John continue to stare. What? I read things. Lloyd cracks a smile first. He claps me on the back, clinking a bit in his armor each time. Why are you so amazing? I'm not sure I understand the question. Lloyd and I had a wager going over who would figure out my costume first. Lloyd leans in and fakes a whisper. I bet on you. I turn to John. Who did you bet on? That's the secret now, isn't it? I look at Lloyd questioningly, but he shakes his head. Sorry, no spoilers. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must mingle. My people need me. Lloyd bounces away, his armor clinking with every step he takes. Seems like it might be hard to sneak up on someone while wearing that. That's not the worst of it. Wearing that was probably the hardest part of the job. We filmed a winter scene on an indoor stage in the middle of summer. I had to sit there sweating in that tin can surrounded by a pile of potato flakes meant to be snow. By the time it was over, I think I was roasted enough to be a perfect side to the potatoes. The viewers were all deeply impressed by how tortured I look. I don't have the heart to say it wasn't acting. A lively orchestral piece begins to play from a set of nearby speakers, and John immediately perks up. Ah, now here's a melody I can appreciate. He bows and extends his hand to me. Ah, I'm so excited! As you seem appropriately dressed for the occasion, might I have the honor of a dance with you? Oh, but isn't this music? I mean, I don't know how to waltz. John takes my hand and smiles. You're a clever girl. You'll learn it quickly. Oh my gosh, there's an actual picture! Oh, it looks so beautiful! I'm sorry, Alvin. I think this might take the place of my favorite Halloween CG now in this game. I mean, Alvin CG is awesome, but this is so romantic. Oh. I forgive you, you horrible person. He pulls me gently towards him and takes a step forward. Have you ever done a foxtrot? Once, for a play. It's the same step, just different timing. After me. I follow John's movements as he guides me carefully. The steps become more familiar with each beat. There you go. I knew you'd pick it up. We glide across the floor smoothly to the sound of the music, moving perfectly in sync with each other. For the first time, John and I seem to be in agreement. John actually looks pleased. Are you feeling adventurous? John moves his hand up my back slowly. Okay. Don't let go of my hand. He moves forward and lowers me into a dip. We hold the pose for a second before he lifts me up. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. The music slows to a stop and John releases me from his hold. Thank you for the dance, Miss Gooden. I leave you to enjoy the rest of the night however you see fit. Same to you. John and I part ways and I make my way through the crowd. Oh wow! Hey, Rachel! Why are you dressed up as the roller derby queen? Oh my goodness. Hey there, girlie. Oh, Rachel, I didn't see you there. Is something wrong? You look a little out of it. Don't tell me Mr. English accent over there swept you off your feet with that waltz. It is most distressing, isn't it? And most inconvenient. Are you teasing me? You know I love you. But seriously, what's up? John said he and Lloyd made a bet, and Lloyd bet on me, but John won't say who he bet on. I know I shouldn't be so hung up on their own personal matters, but I'm really curious.
Oh, those bets? It's a joke.
What?
I overheard them once. They got some sort of inside joke where both of them bet on the same thing. I guess the joke is that nobody loses money that way. If Lloyd says that he bet on you, then John bet on you too.
Oh.
You're welcome.
I feel a small blush creeping into my cheeks. Rachel takes pity on me and immediately changes the subject. Thank you.
Hey, I was about to join some of the guys in the back for a round of poker. Want them to deal you in? Buy-in is 2 cookies from the dessert table.
I think I can afford that. I spend the rest of the night playing poker with Rachel and a few other crew members. I didn't win, but the 2 cookie loss is acceptable. Cookie loss is never acceptable. I don't care what you say. Oh man, that was so wonderful. We got a full heart. Look at that. Will he go out with us now? Are you still gonna be a tease? Yes! Yes! We won him over with our beautiful dress. My goodness.
I suppose it couldn't hurt. Whereabouts did you have in mind?
I only got one place right now. I'd like to go to Cafe Diem. Okay. Hey, nice look. Have I seen you with glasses before? I don't remember.
Pardon?
Yeah, okay, this is the first time. I didn't realize you were a glasses guy.
Ah, I thought I'd avoid my trademark look whilst in public.
Oh, you Clark Kent, you. Do glasses really count as a disguise?
It's more about the attitude, but even small adjustments can have large effects. And I confess, contact lenses often seem to be more trouble than they're worth.
I imagine so.
That's a lovely outfit you've chosen.
Oh, thank you. I thought it would be nice to try something classy. So, any idea what you want to order?
I'm not familiar with this place. Recommend something to me.
Oh boy, great. Well, let's see. Notes. What do I need? Notes. Food. He likes scones. Let's have some scones. Those cranberry and white chocolate scones look good.
Excellent choice. Might I suggest a black tea with it?
Sounds good to me. I'll get that too.
And how have you been lately?
School's not so bad, but work is a little stressful.
How do you mean?
Well, it's kind of weird not knowing if you'll actually have work, you know? Unlike a normal job, I don't know if I'll be called in for anything tomorrow. And even if I get regular work on a series, no one knows how long that will last.
Such is the nature of the beast, milady.
Oh, I've been won over by this man. His way of speaking just squeezes my heart. Okay, enough fangirling over John. Honestly. But I'm so in love. Okay. Let's sleep again. Oh, I need to go to the arcade, though. I gotta take my boo to see my old boo and see what he has to say about it. I know you love me, Cavald. I'm still doing good. I'll do my best for you. I only earned $0. Saying I didn't get much out of it is a bit of an understatement. Adam nearly runs me over as I attempt to exit my class.
Whoa!
He breaks and teeters on his toes for a split second before regaining his balance.
Sean! Sean!
What's wrong? Adam points at the window.
It's snowing!
What? Really? I whirl around and focus my gaze outside the window. Sure enough, small flecks of white flutter down from the sky. We run to the window and gaze out at the tiny crystals floating toward the ground.
I've never seen snow before.
It's really pretty.
Let's go outside.
Adam dashes out the door without waiting for an answer. I find him outside trying to catch snowflakes on his tongue.
This is fun.
A few other students pass us and giggle when they see Adam. Enjoying the first snow of the year? Professor Meridia approaches, an amused smile on her face.
Yes!
Adam inspects the ground and frowns at the sight of snowflakes melting away the instant they contact the pavement.
How come it's melting?
See how sunny it still is? The ground isn't cold enough for the snow to remain frozen. Don't worry. In a few days, the weather will have ideal conditions for the snow to stick. Stick? When the snow stays frozen on the ground and begins to pile up, we say it's sticking. You two have never seen snow before, have you? Not exactly a common sight in Hawaii, honestly.
We've seen volcanic ash in the air. Does that count?
Well, enjoy this as much as you can. Some of the students from up north probably don't think anything of it.
Why? This is the most amazing thing ever.
Adam spins around with his arms outstretched. Just be careful. The roads can get dangerous once the snow begins to stick. Will do. Thank you, Professor. You two take care. Oh, Meridia, you're so nice. Woohoo! Good work today! Lloyd offers a small smattering of applause to the crew, but the late-night filming has taken its toll on him along with the rest of us. We pack up all of our equipment in silence, trading only a few weary words before heading out for the night. I pull out my phone and a small gasp escapes my lips. It's a lot later than I expected. Are we really at this point too? I think the buzz has stopped running by now. Sean, what are you still doing here? You should be home and tucked away in your bed. It's later than I thought. The buses have stopped running by now. I could call Adam to come pick me up, but I'd feel kind of bad asking him to come out so late. Oh no! I wish I could give you a ride, but I'm already running late for a flight I have to catch. Huh. Time for another meeting with the network execs. Some things just have to be done in person. He points down a side hallway. There's a break room in there with some blankets and pillows. You can spend the night in the studio if you want. Are you sure it's okay? Oh, sweetie, the break room is there for precisely this reason. If you're lucky, you'll find a frozen pizza in the fridge. Lloyd waves a hasty goodbye. Anyway, I've got a jet. Literally. See you soon! He strides out the front door with a quick step, but his shoulders sag in weariness. I hope he gets enough rest. As for me, I'm not sure what to do. Is it really okay to sleep here? Oh yes, girl. This studio is so far away, it really isn't worth it to bother Adam this late. Besides, spending the night here can be like a little mini adventure. I make my way down the hallway, trying to ignore the overwhelming silence. This will only be a horror movie if I want it to be, but the echoing of my footsteps certainly doesn't improve the mood. A door at the end of the hall bears a simple printed sign, break room. I grab the handle and give it a twist. The door opens with a click and swings in silently. Hello? My voice is barely a whisper as I call into the dark room. To my relief, no monsters respond. I flick the light switch and the lights flicker on. Oh! Sprawled across the couch lies John. His feet are kicked up on one of the couch's arms and his arm hangs lazily over the edge of the couch. Man, John has a lot of CGs, I'm just thinking. Tons of them so far. His face is hidden by his hat, but I'm pretty sure he's asleep. John? I approach him quietly and kneel beside the couch. His chest rises and falls in an even rhythm. He's not so terrible when he's asleep. In fact, he looks almost normal. I poke him gingerly, but he doesn't respond. Definitely asleep. Now I'm tempted to steal his hat and see what happens. I lean forward and grasp the edge of his hat with my fingertips. Okay, be gentle. A soft snore escapes his lips and I stifle a giggle. Enjoying the view, little wizard? John! I jerk back and fall on the ground. I thought you were asleep. Heyo! John lifts his hat enough to peer at me from under the brim. A hint of a smirk plays across his face. Now what on earth gave you that idea? What are you doing here? Same thing as you, I wager. Spending the night. No, I mean, I guess I assumed you'd be going to that big executive meeting with Lloyd. My presence is not required. Director business. So why didn't you go home? John stretches his legs. I'm more than a little exhausted. Thus driving in this condition isn't terribly clever. And what brings you to this humble corner? The buses have stopped running and I don't want to bother Adam.
How considerate.
It's hard to tell from his expression whether he's making fun of me or not. Is there a cot or something in here I can sleep on? His eyes twinkle with mirth and a grin spreads across his face.
You're not that young, are you?
What?
I just. There's a lilo in the closet over there, but you can use the sofa.
No need, I'll be fine. With a fluid motion, John leaps to his feet and bows with a flourish.
Now then, my lady, what sort of knight is foolish enough to banish a young wizard to the floor?
Before I can protest, he strides to the closet and pulls out a folded air mattress. Are you sure about this? He kneels on the floor and attaches the mechanical pump to the mattress.
I'm already doing it, am I not?
I've never seen John look so tired before. His face looks paler than usual and his eyelids droop wearily. But even in his tired state, he's being polite enough to do this for me. Thank you. He looks at me puzzled.
For what?
For letting me sleep on the couch.
Ah.
He nods and his head bobs sleepily under the weight.
Think nothing of it.
I spy a stack of bedding in the closet. Here. I offer John a blanket and a pillow before selecting a set for myself.
Much obliged.
He waits patiently as the mattress inflates before he spreads out the blanket. I sit on the edge of the couch and watch as he readies himself for bed. He lies down and turns his head toward me.
You plan to keep a vigil over me?
Oh, no, I just wanted to make sure you're okay. He smiles wearily.
There's no need to worry on my account. Off to bed with you.
Yeah. I curl up on the couch and pull my blanket up over my shoulders.
By the way,
John murmurs almost under his breath.
Good work today.
I shut my eyes and smile gratefully. Thanks, you too. By the time I wake up the next morning, John has already left. The mattress, blanket, and pillow have been returned to the closet. A lone slice of toast sits on the counter with a note.
It's all I could find. Apologies.
I finish the toast quickly, return my own bedding to the closet, and head out to the bus stop. It's not long before a bus arrives to take me back to campus. So much romanticness is happening, though. My goodness. So cute. Oops. And fatigue is going crazy, though. Okay. Fashion. Now that it's getting a little colder, those Chinese-inspired outfits are too pretty to ignore. I love how those look. Oh, got a little bit more of a heart. So exciting. And then I'll have to call him again. Almost called Benito by accident. Whoops. Yes, we'll go to the coffee shop again. Wear my classy clothes.
Good afternoon, Miss Gooden. That's a lovely outfit you've chosen.
Thank you. Any idea what you want to order? Okay. I like when he smiles. He's got a nice smile. Okay, so he likes scones and the spinach salad, I think, so. Spinach and feta salad?
A responsible order. I'm impressed.
Don't sound so surprised about it.
I just assumed kids these days were interested in junk food.
Clearly you've been speaking with Adam.
It sounds like a good choice.
Kids these days and their junk food. She looks thanks for today.
Always a pleasure.
Despite you insulted me by calling me a kid. Okay, shenanigans aside. Let's go to sleep, go to town so that we can check out the arcade, and then we'll work and exercise. And I'm probably gonna need to sleep again. Okay. Woohoo! Okay, VG Zone. The neon sign outside the arcade proclaims that it's open. Before I even open the door, I can already hear the pounding of energetic music mingled with recorded catchphrases. Once inside, my eyes take a moment to adjust to the darkness. The glowing screens of arcade games shine out in the dim lighting, enticing anyone who passes by. At the far end of the room, I spy Zombie Hunter 3, The familiar theme song blares at me from the machine. I haven't played in a while, but it couldn't hurt to give it a go. I kneel in front of the machine to deposit some quarters, but a small sign on it reads, "Tokens only." Okay, tokens. Where would I get those? A group of small children is congregated around a machine in a nearby corner. A sign above the machine reads, "Tokens." Well, there you go.
Hey mister, the token machine ate my money!
A young boy grabs at the shirt of a passing arcade attendant. The attendant shakes his head.
It's out of order. That's why there's a sign that says, "Out of order." Use the other token machine.
Benito? Upon hearing my voice, Benito whirls around.
Sean, what are you doing here?
Well, the plan was to play Zombie Hunter 3, but it would appear the token machine is broken.
Congratulations. You can read, which puts you ahead of half of the people in here.
Benito inspects the broken machine.
You know, I even put tape over the coin slot so no one would put any coins in. And they ripped it off. Is it really that hard to just read the sign?
I've never seen you so upset before.
Ugh.
He runs his fingers through his spiked hair.
You should come by more often. It's not that rare of an event.
Sorry about that.
Ugh. It's not your fault. Besides, I've got to pay the bills somehow.
What bills? You live on your own?
Yeah, I live in a small studio apartment nearby. Rent's not so bad, and it's close to a bus line. I work here just enough to pay the rent and get food off my earnings doing magic. It's a real motivation to do well when your next meal hangs in the balance.
But what about your parents? Where are they?
Japan, or Italy, depending on the time of the year. I'd rather not talk about them if that's okay.
Sorry for prying. I searched for a way to steer the topic of conversation. You said there was another token machine? Benito jerks his thumb over his shoulder.
Over there, but if you want tokens...
He pulls a handful of coins from his pocket and holds them out to me.
Just take them.
Is it really okay? You won't get in trouble?
Just this one should be fine.
Thank you, my friend. Oh, thank you. Benito pours the tokens into my outstretched hand.
Have fun. Anyway, wish I could chat, but I've got to go clean the dance machine using nothing but a cotton swab.
Understood. See you later. I devote the next hour or so to shooting down zombies. I'm a bit rusty, but it's still fun. I want to say goodbye to Benito, but he's busy with a group of teenagers. I wave to him and he gives me a quick nod as I leave. Alright, we got that unlocked. Excellent. I hop off the bus and make my way to Studio C. Sean! Always good to see your shining face. Same to you. Lloyd points at the set. We're filming a nighttime shot. I salute. I can handle that. I head to the trailer and start setting up. I hear the door open and I turn to greet Selena. Good afternoon, Miss Haraway. I smile at Selena and she responds with a curt nod. Chilly as usual. I hope I didn't offend her. Selena seats herself in the chair and I flip on the lights around the mirror. I fiddle with the filters until they match the lighting on the set. I hear you're working on a night scene today. My first showdown against the serial killer. She pages through her script. It's covered with highlights and pen scribbles. She mouths her lines quietly to herself, so I keep any further comments to myself. I finish her makeup quickly and follow her out to the set. John's already on set, pacing back and forth between two pieces of tape on the ground. He turns around and I stifle a gasp. Oh! I'm caught off guard by the sight of a deep scar running across his face. I wasn't expecting that.
Get used to it. It'll be your job to apply it next time.
He pokes it gingerly.
Here's hoping I can make this work.
Hoping? You're not nervous, are you? You're John Brandon, after all. He eyes me quietly, then shrugs and turns away. Okay, I wasn't expecting that, even though he told us about it in the car. A young man approaches us and offers his hand to John.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Brandon. I'll be working with you today. I just want to say it's a huge honor to get to work with you. I mean, I'm such a fan of Knight Errant.
John shakes his hand and smiles.
Pleasure's all mine, mate.
All right, kids, let's get this party started. Places!
Quiet on the set! Rolling! Vice Versa's episode 2, scene 17, take 1. Hey! What are you doing, man?
The young man backs away from John slowly until his back touches the brick wall behind him.
Sending a message.
John pulls a knife from his shirt and moves it slowly down the man's neck.
Police these days are too soft. They're taking all the fun out of it. Please don't. I haven't done anything to you. Didn't anyone tell you that lying is wrong? What? Every day, people like you poison the earth. You live your pointless lives caring for no one else. You should feel honored. Your death will have more meaning than your life ever did.
That's enough! John turns slowly and a euphoric smile spreads across his face.
Katerina, how you've grown. I'm so proud of you.
Will you still be proud of me when I put a bullet through your skull? Great! Reset!
Still rolling.
Lloyd's voice breaks through the tension and I realize I've been holding my breath this whole time. John and the actor walk back to their starting points and exchange a brief joke as they do. Alright, let's go!
Vice Versa's episode 2, scene 17, take 2.
Action! The smile on John's face disappears and he slips effortlessly back into his role.
Hey, what are you doing, man? Sending a message.
Even though I know what's coming, I still find myself shivering as he holds the knife up to the man's neck. The scene passes smoothly and Lloyd calls for another take. Each time around, John moves with the same cold precision and the same dark eyes. Cut! Lloyd starts directing the camera operators to set up in a different place. I take the opportunity to approach John and touch up some of his makeup. Good job out there.
Oh.
John looks like he wasn't expecting me to compliment him. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised how different it is from Night.
You watched Knight Errant.
I wanted to see what it was about, since you were in it. He looks confused.
You watched it for me.
Of course. Should I not have? John bobs his head back and forth.
Well, you didn't have to do any of that on my account.
But I enjoyed it. You were really good. John's expression grows dark and he leans forward until we're eye to eye. A wicked smile creeps across his face and he eyes me with an air of smug satisfaction.
Oh, but there's nothing good about me.
I stifle a gasp and try not to flinch. Why is he so close?
Gentle smiles, brave actions, wise words. Nothing more than a scripted farce. The truth, I'm afraid, is much more cruel.
He leans forward and whispers gently into my ear.
Do you want to see who I really am?
John, stop scaring the crew. We're rolling soon. John immediately straightens up and waves cheerfully at Lloyd.
Right. Ready when you are.
He glances over his shoulder, winks at me, then jogs back to the set. I'm getting so many winks. What was that for? I quickly duck out of the set and allow the actors to take their places. As the day wears on, I start feeling fatigued. Standing up the whole time is a lot more taxing than I expected. By the time Lloyd calls wrap, I am very eager to get back to my bed. Whew, too much excitement for poor Sean. Her heart's gonna fail on her soon. Poor girl. Poor girl. Oh, but she had a good sleep. That's good.